I now say that I'm practicing political medicine because it's the mother of all illnesses, and we gotta fix this one to fix everything else that ails us. So I went to work to try to fix that problem, and I joined a broad coalition in Massachusetts to get big money out of politics. And you know what? We won, or so we thought we did. We passed a referendum to provide public financing for political campaigns, and we passed it by a huge 2-to-1 margin. But our state legislature, which was about 85% Democratic, they repealed the law as soon as it was passed on an unrecorded voice vote, so no one could be held accountable for defying the will of the people.
Personal responsibility.
And that was my real wake-up call. That if we want to change the broken political system, what we need is not just a new law, or a new lobbying effort, or a fresh face in the same old corrupt system. We need a new, unbought, political party that can put people of integrity into office. We need real public servants who listen to the people, not to the corporate lobbyists that funnel campaign checks into the big war chests. That's what brought me to the Green Party, the only national party that is not bought and paid for by corporate money. And here's why my resolve has only grown stronger over the years. As a mother and a doctor, the concerns that activated me 30 years ago have only intensified. I, like you, see that our young people are still struggling in every aspect of life, struggling for good health, for decent schools, struggling to stay safe on the streets, struggling to afford a college education, struggling to get a job, to get out of debt, struggling to have a climate they can actually live in for the future. And they are losing the battle on every front. So when people ask me why I keep fighting political battles in a rigged system, the answer is simple. I keep fighting because when it comes to our children, mothers don't give up. And you know what? Neither do fathers. Or sisters and brothers and sons and daughters. And young people haven't given up.
That's right.
And they are the ones really carrying the burden of this rigged system. If they're not giving up, we're not giving up. We are not only not giving up, we are doubling down and rising up.
That's right.
We are a movement for democracy and justice that is alive and well across the country. We are in eviction blockades and Bank of America protests, in student strikes to stop tuition hikes, in protests against stop and frisk and shoot first and SB 1070, in mass arrests at nuclear power plants and civil disobedience to stop fracking and stop mountaintop removal and stop the Keystone Pipeline. Because they all mark game over for the climate, and we're not going to settle for that.
That's right.
To quote Alice Walker, the biggest way people give up power is by not knowing they have it in the first place. Well, we know we've got it, and we're going to use it. And one of the ways we're going to use it is by having a voice in this election and a choice at the polls that's not bought and paid for by Wall Street. Because voting for either Wall Street candidate, for Mitt Romney or for Barack Obama, gives a mandate for 4 more years of corporate rule.
That's right.
Every vote they receive is an endorsement of the deadly trajectory that we are on for the American people and the planet. It's time to change that plunge into catastrophe, and that change starts with voting for real change.